Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Asia and today's topic is going to be something personal. The biggest mistakes that I have made in my friendships, and most importantly, what I have learned from them. Friendships are one of the most important parts of our lives, and sometimes we mess up. Sometimes others mess up. So today I'm going to, speak on those mistakes and what I've learned, and hopefully by the end of this video, you can relate, or maybe you can avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. So number one, dealing with friends who aren't on the same path as you. It is completely natural for people to be on different journeys in life, and understanding these differences can help maintain respect even when our paths go opposite ways. And sometimes this may mean setting boundaries with friends who don't support your growth or your new goals. They may have conflicting values or habits, and it can create tension, but it's really important to be able to manage these differences without compromising your own principles. Growth often means, letting go of friendships that no longer align with where you're headed. Number two, dealing with people whose energy drains you. The people that you surround yourself with have a significant influence on your mindset and your journey. Sometimes friends can unintentionally hold you back, but you can also learn from these experiences. I don't really agree with the saying, birds of a feather flock together, but there is some truth in it. Being around certain individuals can often associate you with their choices, even if you don't share those habits. And while you cannot control what others say about you, you can manage how those associations affect your perception. The Bible says, "Those who walk with the wise grow wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm." I have been in situations where I allowed people to influence decisions that I would not normally make. And over time, thankfully, I've acknowledged those mistakes and have taken responsibility for my actions. Next, allowing guilt to keep you in unhealthy friendships. We often let guilt keep us in toxic friendships, but it's really important to realize that your peace should always come first. Society places too much emphasis on being fake or switching up, but sometimes you have to release these people that no longer serve your growth. It's okay to outgrow people. You are the most important person in your life, and if something or someone is disrupting your peace, it is okay to step back. And that doesn't mean that you have to completely cut them out of your life, but you could think of it like putting your phone on Do Not Disturb. You're not deleting the app, you're just taking a break. And sometimes you'll have to engage with certain people only when you have the emotional capacity to handle those. Number four, the revenge mentality is never worth it. Revenge isn't worth the emotional toll, and returning negativity with negativity can drain you. It's often more powerful to address the issue and just let it go. Seeking payback may provide temporary satisfaction, but it doesn't bring a lasting fulfillment. And I've been definitely guilty of being like, this person hurt me, so I'm gonna just get even. And sure, in the moment, it may feel satisfying, but it doesn't offer real peace. I have lost some great friends trying to get back at people. And while I still to this day may not agree with what they did, I've realized that there were better ways that I could have handled the situation that could have possibly preserved that friendship. Number five, which I definitely think is one of the most important, boundaries go both ways. Just as you work to protect your peace, your friends also want to protect theirs. And what works in one friendship might not work for another. For instance, I had a friend tell me that I was calling too frequently, which confused me at first because most of my close friends talk to me almost every day. But then I realized, that this friend values their personal time and simply just doesn't communicate as often. And that is okay. It's important to respect others' boundaries just as you'd want yours to be respected. And lastly, number six, which kind of ties with the previous one, recognizing whether a friendship is one-sided or if they have their own commitments. Social media can often skew our perceptions and expectations of relationships. For example, if this guy doesn't text me back within 3 hours, then he doesn't want to talk to me. In some cases, you know, that may be true. And if it is, that's okay too. You know, people are not obligated to be available 24/7. Some have their own commitments or prefer space to cope with stress. Others simply may not be glued to their phones. And this doesn't mean that your friendship is one-sided. It just means they have their own boundaries and commitments that may differ from yours. And that is it. So those are the biggest mistakes that I've made in friendships and the lessons I've learned from them. Friendships are so important, but they're also complex, and navigating them takes a lot of self-awareness. You know, it's not always easy, and it's okay to make mistakes, but the key is learning from them and growing into a version of yourself that attracts the right people into your life. But I hope this video helped you in some way, and if you've made any of these mistakes too, know that you're definitely not alone. The important thing is that we grow, we learn, and continue to improve ourselves and the relationships around us. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear about your experiences in friendships and also any mistakes that you've learned from. And until next time, protect your peace and prioritize your growth. Baby,